What to do, my YouTube family? Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your support. We are here with another episode. Back recording. Back doing what I do. I like to record for some hours and put that out throughout the next few weeks. And make sure some chop shit up to have content. Then when it starts to run low, I start recording for some more hours and finish out the month with a couple more weeks of content. So here we are. So today I am going to discuss the whole situation with LeBron James and Kevin Gates. Now we done already discussed, right, the situation with LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. Where Stephen A. Smith says something in his opinion about the skill level of his LeBron James son, right? And LeBron James didn't like it and responds to it courtside during the Celtics game, which made it go viral. Then later on a Pat McAfee show, he briefly spoke on it during an hour or so interview. It was titled that a certain way to make you feel like he's speaking on the subject this whole time, but no, he did. But he talked about it a little bit, and he also trolled Stephen A. with an old boxing video. Stephen A. training to box and stuff. It didn't look too high. Then Stephen A. responded and said, "Hey, that was me. I was out of shape, this and that. That was me years ago. Don't try it at this point in time." You know, LeBron James is rumored to be 6'9", 260. That seems to be the numbers people like to throw around. Then you got Stephen A. Smith, who's like 6'1". I don't know how much he weighed, but he's an older guy. LeBron James is 40, 41. Stephen A. Smith got to be in his mid-50s. He's damn near 60. So it wouldn't have been a fair fight anyway. But anyway, he checks him sideline, and that has a reaction, the back and forth. Right? Now, speed up a couple months later. You got LeBron James and Kevin Gates with a disagreement. Kevin Gates, what a lot of people do in this era, people like to go online, speak on this, speak on that, give their opinions on this, and people kind of communicate and debate back and forth through the internet, right? So Gates gets on live, record videos, this and that. So in his recording, he ends up saying, "Hey, I don't like how," because he says he likes LeBron, first for LeBron, his partner. I don't know how really close they are, how well do they actually know each other, but excuse me. He's saying basically he does have respect for LeBron. So by saying that, he ends up bringing up LeBron James' wife and giving his opinion. He started giving his opinion on basically how these basketball players, they have these handshakes. They got like the game number handshakes and all this dumbass shit. So LeBron James sometimes in his celebration goes over to his wife to do the handshake. And what Kevin Gates mentions is, "Hey, I don't think she likes to do the handshake with him. He doesn't like how the look that she gives LeBron James doing the handshake. He feels like, in his opinion, like LeBron should be feeling like, shit, I'm LeBron James. You should be thankful to shake my hand and all this shit and think about who you could be with. Like, man, I'm the best athlete in the world. This and that. Woo, 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 woo." And other people chimed in and they said, yeah, she doesn't seem like she enjoys the handshake a lot of times. The certain handshake. I never noticed, but other people chimed in to agree with Kevin Gates. Now, it's said that LeBron James responded, but I don't know LeBron James' response, but it could have been too crazy because it didn't become a back and forth, right? And Kevin Gates is dating Ruby Rose, I think, or some shit like that. But yeah, so after that, the next Lakers home game, here goes Kevin Gates sitting courtside with Ruby Rose. You know, got all his chains on. This is sitting courtside. You don't all the time see Kevin Gates sitting courtside at a basketball game, but he was sitting courtside at this basketball game. And during this basketball game, you never see LeBron approach Kevin Gates. This is what made it controversial because people are saying, like, hey, when somebody bring up your son, when Stephen A. brought up your son, you check them courtside. Now, Kevin Gates is courtside right after he said what he said, right? And LeBron's never approaches Kevin Gates about speaking on his wife, right? People were recording Kevin Gates at the game and everything. So people are like, LeBron, why you didn't check Kevin Gates about it? Since you checked old ass Stephen A. Smith about your son. That's still your family. You know. Me personally, and then there's other people that looked at it like, well, he's getting ready to go in the playoffs, or he's playing in the playoffs. He getting ready to wrap up this season, go in the playoffs. He need to focus on basketball, so get into it with Kevin Gates on the sideline about whatever isn't the best idea. It's different opinions on it. My personal opinion, and we can't go back to the past, but I don't think he should even check Stephen A. Smith. That narrative shouldn't even been out there. You should know when you are in the spotlight, when you chose this lifestyle, when you became a millionaire, multimillionaire at 18 years old, you grew up in the spotlight. You spent most of your life in the spotlight. You spent more time in the NBA in your life more than you haven't been in the NBA. 22 years in the NBA. Whoever you marry, whoever you have kids with, everything's going to be in the spotlight. People going to speak on shit and they come with it. Now you got your son who decided to pick the same type of career you had. He wasn't a musician. He wasn't a police officer. He wasn't a construction worker. He decided to pursue basketball, and now he's playing in the NBA alongside his father on the same team as his father. Right? So I don't think it should even went like that. You know what come with this shit, bro. You know what come with this shit. If you think having your son on the same team as you is going to be a quiet hoorah moment for LeBron James Jr., it wasn't. You knew that was coming. You knew people was going to be like, hey, the only reason why he's in the league is because of you. Bronny struggled, and he's stronger than the G League. He had a couple moments in the NBA, and then toward the end of the G League, he started busting ass with these 30-point games and 40-point games and 50-point games. Right? And he started showing true potential. He don't play like his dad. He got built like his dad. Nothing. I think, if you ask me, I think Bryce James is the next one. It's the one that's gonna be, he's like 6'6" and just getting into college. So he might be down there his pop's height. He might grow another inch or two, 3 inches. You never know how people grow straight is. But anyway, if LeBron never would have played his hand and showed that shit affected him, that shit with Kevin Gates wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Because now people, it's thing what people like to say, keep that same energy. People want to see if LeBron James is going to keep that same energy with a Kevin Gates compared to a Stephen A. Smith. Because in both situations were handled differently. And you can also say, shit, LeBron kind of knew how he handled it wasn't the best. He didn't handle it the same way. But by you handling how you did with Stephen A., people want to see you do that with Kevin Gates. We know what Kevin Gates represents and speaks about this and that, so people want it. And then we're like, oh, he said what he said and showed up to the game. Right? I think it was smart by him not using the same tactic as he did with Stephen A. Smith. But now people are looking at you in a funny manner, like, bro, why you ain't just do that with bro? Like I said, I don't have a problem with how he handled with Gates. I just wish he would have handled the shit with Stephen A. Smith just a little bit different because, like I said, you are the face of the league. Your life is in front of the American public. Your whole life has been on TV. Your family's life has been on TV. It is what it is. You have to understand people are going to speak on shit. You can try to check certain shit, but people don't speak on shit, period, bro. And you can't get sensitive about it. Especially if you're a billionaire athlete, bro. People are gonna speak on you, bro. People have been speaking on you every year since you picked up a basketball and you've been of age. So that's my opinion of it. You guys let me know your opinion of it. Like, share, comment, subscribe to this video. And like I said, we're going to be touching more topics. We're going to be making more videos. So just stay tuned for the next one. And thank you everyone for the continued support. And we're going to be back with another one.